HarperCollins presents Mrs. Hart's Marriage Bureau by Sheena Wilkinson. Read by Melissa Vaughan. 1. The trouble was, Martha thought, as she bade goodbye to the final applicant with relief. Poor Miss Hewitt's breath had not been all you might care for. You simply couldn't choose a plain woman, or a poorly groomed one, however efficient. Miss Hewitt's references had been excellent, and her qualifications and typing speed superior to any other candidate. But the reputation of Mrs. Hart's matrimonial bureau, discretion guaranteed, was at stake. And hers was a business. Martha disliked the term, but had never found a better one, where appearances counted. At least Miss Hewitt had not had dyed hair like the previous interviewee. Martha sighed, pinched the top of her nose, and looked sadly at both her list and the teapot, the former full of scored-out names and question marks, and the latter empty. Well, that at least could be remedied. This was Manchester's Midland Hotel, not the Teaspoon Cafe in Easterbridge. The merest glance at the superior-looking waitress, and fresh tea was ordered. Earl Grey, since she need please only herself. 2 cups again, madam? Asked the waitress, gathering up the detritus of the previous tea with calm dexterity, and frowning slightly in the direction of the window table, where a girl in a grey hat had been sitting for ages. Just 1, thank you. Very good, madam. In the Teaspoon Cafe, the waitress would say, "Hurry then, love," and sniff. Miss Hewitt, droopy of hem and bosom, had looked as though she would be very much at home in the Teaspoon Cafe. Mrs. Hart's matrimonial bureau might be provincial, and her lips tightened at the memory of the perfidious Hilda's parting insult, passé, but there were standards to maintain. It had been an affectation, perhaps, to arrange interviews in Manchester instead of at the office, but she had hoped that by casting her net wider, seeing the candidates in grander surroundings, she might attract the right sort. But she had liked none of them, not enough to imagine sharing her small office, poring together over registration forms to match Miss X with Mr. Y, or wonder how on earth to tell Mrs. Z, widowed, that there was still nobody suitable on the books. You needed someone sympathique. Hilda had not been sympathique. Hilda had been, it was not too dramatic a word, treacherous. But never mind. Martha was not one to dwell or hark back. Whomever she chose now would help her take Mrs. Hart's matrimonial bureau forward into a brighter future. But, oh dear, how hopeless they had been. The Earl Grey appeared, with 2 cups, she noticed, but said nothing. The waitress was only human, after all. She busied herself with the strainer, approving the supply of milk and lemon. She preferred the former, but liked being considered one who might choose the latter. The first waft of bergamot, when she gave the pot a surreptitious stir, restored her to sanguinity. She scanned the list again. She had seen 6 women, and it was natural that they should have blurred. A recap might reveal something overlooked. She had to squint to make sense of it. Years of jotting down rapid notes without looking at the page. It didn't inspire confidence in clients if she broke eye contact, had made her handwriting spidery. And all those ticks, underlinings, and symbols. One name shone out virgin and unscribbled over. Miss April McVey. She had not turned up at all. How rude! But from what she remembered from her application, Miss McVey, though well enough qualified, was Irish, and therefore possibly congenitally unreliable. There had been an odd testimonial from a priest, if she remembered rightly. Now, what on earth did that angry-looking squiggle mean beside Miss Fowler? Was she the one with dyed hair?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?